What is up, people of YouTube? This is Oni Walker coming back at you today for another episode of Oni Talks. Before I get down to it, this game you're seeing in the video is Sword Art Online Hollow Realization. It came out earlier in November. It's a fun game if you really like the Sword Art series. It has some multiplayer elements, and I'm still slowly getting through it. I'm really enjoying my time with it. But if you like what you see here, I definitely do recommend it if you like Sword Art Online. But other than that, I'm just gonna get into it today. Earlier today, the PlayStation Plus games for December 2016 were revealed. Now, the past couple days, there were leaks going around about two possible games on that lineup. One being Stories, The Path of Destinies, and the other being a game called Invisible Ink. The list got put out today, and those two games are indeed on that list. So, those are two games for the PlayStation 4. Stories, The Path of Destinies is an interesting game. I actually played it not that long ago. It's a isometric sort of action RPG game where you get levels, you can upgrade your swords. It has an interesting story. The way the story works is it's sort of like a choose your own adventure book. So after each level you get to make a choice which will play the story out a little differently. There's 25 endings in the game, which each run through takes about 45 minutes to an hour, but if 25 different endings leave you intrigued, I definitely recommend picking it up. Unfortunately, I don't exactly have footage for any of these games on the lineup. I'm just sort of speaking about them, so if you want to go look it up yourself, you're more than welcome to. The other game we got is Invisible Ink. Now, I haven't played this game. I looked it up myself, and it looks like a strategy RPG, sort of in the vein of XCOM. There's what looked like a world map where you got to select your mission, and then you get thrown into a grid-like level, and you have to move around. And it looks like it's turn-based strategy stealth game. I'm not entirely sure. From the quick video I watched, I didn't see any combat at all, so I'm not sure I'll end up trying the game, but that's not exactly my sort of game. Now, for the PS3 lineup, there's two games as well. One is called Hyper Void. I guess it's a 3D space shoot 'em up with 29 levels, over half of which include major bosses to tackle. Now that's just a write-up of the game I'm reading off of IGN.com. I don't know if they took that from the official PlayStation blog. Once again, I've never played that game. I'm not entirely sure what it is, so I can't exactly comment on that. The next game is Tiny Troopers Joint Ops, which is also cross-buy with PS4 and I believe Vita. What that is, it's what looks like a military setting, and it's a twin stick shooter. It looks interesting. I'll probably give it a try, seeing that it's free, and I've seen some people play it, and I looked up a couple videos, and it does indeed look like my sort of thing. I enjoy action, arcadey, twin stick shooters. So I'm actually really looking forward to that. I think it could be some hours of fun, some nice hours of content, maybe depending when I get it, and when I play it and record it, I might be able to do it with another player, to have someone else in on the interactivity with me to see how that goes. So I'll keep you posted on that. Now for Vita, there's once again Joint Op, or Tiny Troopers Joint Ops, which, like I said, is cross-buy with PS3 and PS4, but you get Color Guardians on the PlayStation Vita, which is cross-buy with PS4. Now this is actually a game I've been looking at for a while. It's been on sale many times, and I've just never picked it up because what it looks like is just sort of it looks like an automatic runner, but at the same time there's platforming, what looks like boss battles. So seeing that it's free, like I said, I've been interested. I've just never wanted to pick it up, because every time it's been on sale, there's always been something else on sale that I've been more interested in. So this is great. So I'll end up picking that up. It's definitely a game I'll be able to do some Let's Plays of, because it's short, it looks simple. I'm sure I could have some fun with it. We'll see how it goes. The other game you get with Vita, I'm not sure if it's cross-buy with PS4 as well, but if it is, looks like we're getting about 5 games for PS4, so that's pretty sweet if you like trying a bunch of new games. But it's VVVVVVVVV. I don't know how many freaking V's are in there. So, but that is a nice 2D pixel platformer from what I've seen. It looks fun. I mean, I've seen some videos of it. It looks fun. It looks nice and hard when you get into it. Once again, it could be a game I'll definitely try to sink some time into if I ever get around to it. If it looks interesting enough after me looking up more of it. So there's all those games coming out for PlayStation Plus subscribers. And if you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber, remember, even if you don't want the games or they don't look interesting to you, grab them because they're free, and you never know. You could see someone playing it somewhere and then you'll want it, and it'd be pretty sweet to have one of these games, and you know, oh, you've already downloaded it, so you just download it, play it, you just enjoy yourself. I have plenty of games like that from PlayStation Plus, because I grab them all even if I don't play them, because you never know. So another thing I want to talk about is the trophies that I acquire when I'm recording gameplay. I actually acquired a trophy recently in Metal Slug X. That playthrough, or those Let's Play videos will be up after this video is out, so you can look forward to that. But I acquired a trophy in that game, and as I was rewatching the footage to make sure it was fine and there wasn't that much background noise, which you hear my phone go off a couple times, but unfortunately I can't edit that out. What I have to do from now on is at least try to turn my phone onto silent, so it doesn't go off in middle of video to confuse some people to think maybe their phone went off. So I'm gonna have to try to remember that. But as I was checking the audio and whatever, I checked the spot where the trophy popped. Now, it didn't show up on video like I thought it would, because I guess with the recording features of the PS4, which is what I use, it doesn't capture the trophy notification pop. You hear it on the microphone of the recording, but you don't see the notification. I know that's different with a capture card, which I hope one day I will indeed be able to get, but for now I don't have it. So I'll still obviously do runs of games until I get the platinum trophies. You just won't be able to see the trophy notifications as I'm popping them, but I will be able to tell you what the trophies are, what I'm going for. I'll tell you when they popped if you don't hear them. Even if you do in the video, I'll still say, you know, oh hey, this trophy popped for killing 200 of this kind of enemies, or the trophy that popped in Metal Slug is rescuing 10 prisoners in one level, which is rescuing, well, exactly that. You have to gather 10 prisoners, but you have to not die, which I acquired. So from now on, I'll have to make it a point to fill you in on that if I pop a trophy, because I didn't know that it doesn't show up on video, because that was the first trophy I acquired since starting up. So those are just a couple things I wanted to talk about and discuss. I thought, you know, some people might be interested to know what games are coming. I mean, I'm sure you'll see the list somewhere, or you can look it up, or you could hear someone's opinion on, you know, some of the games, even though I've only played one of them. So there's that. And another interesting thing I thought I'd share is that Pokemon Sun and Moon broke a record, which is nice for Nintendo. The game sold 3.7 million copies together in less than 2 weeks, which good for Nintendo. They really need this. You know, they, as I've said, they've had one foot in the grave for a while. They're still keeping up with Sony and Xbox, mostly because of their handhelds. They are just the masters with handheld gaming. So there's that. Another thing, if anybody who doesn't play PlayStation listens to this, I will indeed talk about many other games. I'll, you know, do episodes where I talk about the Xbox Live with Gold games that get released. It's just I don't have the list in front of me, because usually those get released. Those lists get released around the middle of the months for the following month, which I believe the way Xbox Live with Gold games work is it's a set of games from the 15th to the 30th, and then the next rotation of free games from the 1st to the 15th. So yeah, you usually get 4 games in a month, and then they rotate from middle to end and then beginning to middle. So I'll definitely keep lists of those as well. Once again, I talk about all things video games. I don't try to just stick with one bias, because if I did, this would be a complete mostly PlayStation, but a little bit of Nintendo channel. But there's more video games than that out in the world, so I can't exactly just stick to one platform. I thought, you know, you might as well get the news of everything out there in the open. The only thing I wouldn't be informative on is PC releases, as I don't do PC gaming. I don't own a gaming rig. I don't even own a laptop right now. So there's that. So that wraps up this episode. If you like what I've talked about, if you like what I do, if you like my opinion on some things in time to come, like, comment, subscribe. If you're interested, check out my Let's Play series of many games, where I'm sure there's plenty of me failing to keep you entertained. And I'm sure I ramble on about quite a few things there too. So, this has been Oni Walker, and see ya!